Hi guys, how are you today? My name is Caitlin. I'm from grassfedgirl.com, and today we're going to talk about my experiment eating cow dairy versus goat dairy. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to hear my results, then stay tuned. So I've made a few other videos about this. Cow dairy is a big problem for me. I really like the taste of it and I don't have an immediate reaction, but after the next day I feel horrible, bloated. I get very congested in my nose. My ears sometimes feels like I'm getting kind of an ear infection. I'll feel like I'm getting a cold. And of course the amount also matters. So the more I eat, the worse I feel. And mostly my favorite cow dairy is mozzarella cheese, any kind. Also the heavy cream in my coffee. And that's pretty much it. The other stuff isn't as tempting. Of course, I like a Rebel ice cream sometimes, but same thing. The problem is that I just have a hard time stopping. So really, cow dairy has something called casomorphins, and that triggers something in your brain to where you get a high from it and you just can't stop eating it. So I have other videos about dairy. You can watch those and what it's done to me and all that stuff. So basically that's what it is. It's not a lactose intolerance like some people think when they watch my videos. It's not that. It's more of an inflammatory response. So if you want to watch those, go back and see. So a few months ago, I realized that what I hadn't done is eliminated cow dairy and only eaten goat dairy. So I wanted to see if that would make any difference in how I reacted, and maybe I could tolerate goat dairy in the absence of cow dairy and have a less reactive situation going on. So I did that and it actually went a lot better. So I didn't get the reaction that I normally got with cow dairy. So I didn't get the sore throat. I didn't get the ear infection feeling, like the pressure. I didn't get the congestion. I was also able to eat moderate portions. Goat cheese is a little more tangy, and we'll get into the differences in a minute. But so it's not as, I guess, tasty in a way. It is still tasty, but it's just not as, I don't know, it doesn't feel that primal craving or whatever. It's good, but it's not like turning on those signals in my brain that I'm like, I need more and more and more. So I could eat 2 ounces, 4 ounces, and just stop and just let it be. It's not as prolific, so can't find it everywhere, and it's a little more expensive. So I guess those two things stop you a little bit more. And it's a little more tart and tangy, as many people say, or it has more of an aftertaste, but I like it because I started eating it when I was younger, and so I have a taste for it, but it's just not as strong of a need as the cow dairy for me. So I can eat a little bit and just leave it. So so far it's gone really well with the goat dairy. I've even tried goat milk. Now I tried a goat milk from the store, just the regular grocery store. It's like Meyerberg or something like that. It's sold very widely. And I tried to make like a latte with it, and it wasn't as good. And then later on I bought it kind of gave me that heartburny acid reflux feeling. And then later on I bought a goat cheese, not a goat milk from a local dairy that's more like artisanal goat milk. And that one went down a lot better. Actually, if you watch my Instagram stories where I do a lot of cooking and showing people what I'm eating and stuff at Grass-Fed Girl on Instagram, you can see that I made an ice cream a few weeks ago. And first I made it with cow dairy with heavy whipping cream, and it was just very rich, but it made me super sick. Like I felt sick to my stomach that night even. I mean, probably because I ate too much. But then the next day I got, like, my whole head just swelled up, and I I almost was, now we have coronavirus everywhere, and I was like, oh my God, I'm sick. But really, it was just the cow dairy. And then I went a few days and all my symptoms went away. So, yeah, I really feel like I'm getting sick or getting a cold when I eat dairy. So it's pretty severe. But anyway, and then I tried again. I made it out of that artisanal goat milk. I made ice cream again. And the recipe's on my feed on my Instagram at Grassfed Girl. So anyway, and I ate a lot still, and because my husband wasn't home to help me out, and then I didn't get a stomach ache, and that was last night. So I can breathe. I'm not feeling gross or weird or anything. So that's pretty amazing that I can eat a lot of that. It was a quart of goat milk and about 8 egg yolks, and I feel okay today. I feel fine. And I even slept well. So a lot of times if I eat cow dairy, my stomach will hurt and I will not sleep well. Or maybe my stomach won't hurt, but I just won't sleep well because, I ate something that kind of upsets my system or whatever. So that was an interesting experiment. But usually I'm trying to just mostly go with goat cheese, things that are higher in fat. The thing about goat milk is it does have carbs. I don't know if it's as many as regular milk. It's higher in fat, but it could get your carbs up there, and that could be a problem. So, don't overdo it with the goat milk. But like I said, the one that was more from a little farm was it went down better than the one that was from the regular grocery store. So I thought that was interesting. I've also tried goat yogurt. This has been an exhaustive process. Anyway, goat yogurt goes down pretty well. Also, when it's fermented, it does alleviate some of the proteins and things that people react to. So goat yogurt went down pretty well. I love yogurt, especially as a kid. I think I just had a constant dairy in my hand, and then I had a constant ear infection. And so those two things always went together for me. But anyway, I love yogurt, but it's hard to find around here, and they only have it at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, and I live about 25 minutes from those stores, so it's not every day that I go out there and get it. So anyway, goat yogurt also went down well, but again, same thing with the carbs. It can have higher carbs. So goat milk is higher in vitamin A, which is good for your immune system, B vitamins, which help your energy. Then we have calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, potassium, and iron. So goat milk is higher in all of those than cow milk. Goat cheese has less calories. Not that I'm very concerned with that, but it has 75 calories, whereas cheddar cheese has 110. So that's in 1 ounce. That's pretty significant difference. So goat farms are a little smaller, so there's a little less chance that the animals may be abused or overcrowded, so they may be a little more ethically raised, and that's a cool thing. And then goats actually produce 70 pounds of milk a year, or food per year, and that means that they produce the same amount as cows, but they take up way less space, and they eat things that cows wouldn't eat, like desert shrubs, and they can live in more harsh climates. So I think they're a little bit more climate friendly or earth friendly, if you will. So goat milk has a different structure than cow's milk, and it has less lactose. So these two factors, the fat molecules are a little smaller, and these two factors make it easier to digest for most people. So people who have lactose intolerance can often eat goat dairy without a problem. So in summing up, goat cheese and goat dairy seems to go down a lot easier for me. It doesn't cause the inflammation that I was seeing when I would eat cow dairy. And so far I didn't gain weight, just doesn't make me feel puffy. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to keep eating it for a while, and unless something changes and I see that it's causing me problems. But if you haven't done cow dairy elimination on carnivore, I definitely recommend it, because most people it's making them gain weight or making them have congestion or sinus problems, which is the same thing. And also maybe if you're having a lot of allergies, things like that, that can be a sign that you have an inflammatory factor in your diet that you need to get rid of. And especially if you have a weight loss stall, then definitely consider trying this experiment on yourself. So do just goat dairy only, eliminate the cow dairy. I pretty much eat ghee exclusively also, so that I don't really count that as cow dairy. It doesn't seem to cause any problem for me because that has lactose removed. Occasionally I'll eat butter, but again, it doesn't seem to do the same thing as the milk or the cow milk or the cow cheese. So pretty much I eat mostly ghee and then goat cheese. And then that doesn't seem to bother me. So if you haven't experimented on yourself, you know, that's kind of what you have to do with carnivore and with elimination diets in general. I've been doing an elimination diet for many, many years, since about 2010. So I highly recommend them as a tool for figuring out your own health issues and healing your gut. So I hope this has been helpful, talking about the difference between cow dairy and goat dairy and seeing which one is right for you. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video and share with a friend. I really appreciate you. See you next time. Bye-bye.